054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. Do you have any questions for Mr. Alex Kotey, his referees manager at the Ghana Football Association? Let me welcome him, Mr. Alex Kotey. Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Nathan, very well. Good morning to you as well. I'm doing good. We've just started with a new year, and so it's good. It's good. We thank God for everything.
Happy New Year. We haven't spoken this.
Yeah. Seriously.
Usually we meet doing other business.
Exactly. That's correct.
We haven't met here. So
that's correct.
Happy New Year to you, and thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Our conversation largely is on refereeing, right, in the Ghana Premier League lower levels, just the state of refereeing. During the GALCA elections, I caught up with Mr. George Sager.
Okay.
George Sager is the chairman of the Referees Association of Ghana. And I asked him a few questions. We spoke about the state of refereeing and just the working conditions of referees in Ghana. So here's my interview with George Sager. And from that, I think we'll build our interview on everything that Mr. Sager says. So let's get into that interview I had at the Accra Sports Stadium during the GALCA elections with Mr. George Sager.
You will notice clearly that indeed, we also heard some of these comments via the media. To some extent, you will notice that.
All right, let me mention this before that interview. The initial question I asked him was his take on refereeing. Of course, the context being the comments that had been passed by certain club officials, Accra Lions complaining of officiating, Samir Nimado. And so that was my very first question to Mr. George Sager, and that response started off my interview with him.
You will notice clearly that indeed we also heard some of these comments via the media. To some extent, you will notice that I would say the officiating is not all that bad. It's not bad as some of them are saying. A few may have some bad days during their officiating. Some, if there are genuine mistakes, fine. If there are not genuine mistakes, because there are structures and platforms where these authorizers, that is GFA appointing bodies, will then have reports emanating from the fields where these matches are played, for them to review, opportunity to review. The dealer committee is there, review committee is there, and the rest are there, where these particular issues can be addressed. And referees who do not perform well appropriately are directed to go back for at least retraining, etc., to get them back onto the field. Because to tell the truth, training a referee from potential to that particular top can take over 6, 7, 8 years.
Okay.
And with us, if there's a mistake today, it's likely we'll do the correction, the person will go back onto the field of play. So as a matter of fact, we aren't also happy when we hear this particular negative information coming from the ground. But we are poised. Yes, we have trainers and we have instructors who are ready for both physical and technical to handle these particular issues. Even though RAG is not part of the appointing team at the FA.
You do not provide the referees, and that the GFA appoints or they will choose referees for those games. Am I right?
That's correct. It's referees appointed. That's the referee committee that does the appointment at the GFA. But as a member of fact, all referees in Ghana are under Referees Association of Ghana. We are all one body. They are all our members. What happened was since 1957 till date, till 2018 when...
Since 1957?
Yes. Till 2018 when Anas Expose actually brought down the structures of football and everything in Ghana. Referee Association of Ghana was an integral part of GFA.
Okay.
We're part within the status. That is it. We're within the status. But after Anas Expose, the new statute was written, our name was actually struck off, deleted. And that is what has caused the problem up to date.
But why would such a decision be taken? Because the Referees Association of Ghana, as you say, anybody who looks at it from the outside will recognize that it should be an integral part of how we run football. Why was that decision taken?
Certainly, one cannot say the GFA will stand on its own to do everything with our referees. Because with our referees, there's no football.
Yes.
That is precisely what is happening. But since 1957 till 2018, virtually all our national executives who were members of the Referees Association of Ghana were the same team that were actually shared into all referee-related committees. But as we stand now, from 2019 till date, none of us, GFA never picked anybody to actually come in. Simply because we were told verbally that, oh, you are just an ordinary welfare body, so you don't have any role to play here. If we are welfare, we don't have any role to play. Our members are the people of officiating. From FIFA in Ghana here to the very last, we are still doing our training, do our recruitment, and we do everything. So how come? And we have the structures from the districts to national. That is it. And all the majority of the instructors whom GFA has appointed as they being Kaidim Young referees and etc. Over 90% of them are members of Referee Association of Ghana.
But if that's the case, what has RAG done to rectify this thing that you consider an anomaly?
We have actually done several things. As for meetings in right, we've written letters, we've met the management of GFA, that's the president and the general secretary, several times over these issues. Even the election of GFA, some of our members at the regional level, etc., were not even allowed to go into to cast their votes because they
really.
RFA.
When was this?
Oh, just about
2023 in the recent election.
Yes, at the regional level, some of them never had the opportunity. I'm telling the truth. So the RFA guys picked their own members to go and vote for them, and that is very wrong. We actually spoke about this and we criticized it. It's very, very bad. And that is a very serious thing that is happening. As we sit, we just understand what is happening.
You spoke about welfare of referees. Something I have picked up, and maybe you can confirm or deny, is that referees are owed a lot by the GFA. Can you confirm that? Can you deny that? If yes, what is the extent of this indebtedness? How long has it lasted? And what do you plan to do to correct that situation?
Okay. As a result of these particular situations, because we did a lot of follow-ups, meetings, and we were actually getting nothing coming out of it at GFA. Fortunately, I would say the Committee on Youth and Sports in the 8th Parliament invited us there, and all these things came up. But unfortunately, I don't know whether they are here to discuss the report or how to handle it. I don't know how to do it. But what is happening is, they owe us over 1.2 million Ghana cedis. It was close to 2.2. During the normalization period, I think you heard I went on strike once.
Yes, I remember.
And that the then Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Siama, we met him in his office and we discussed it. With the help of the former chairman of GALCA,
Mr. Kujofian.
Yes, they were there. They spoke and they pleaded that they don't have enough money. So they'll pay us 900,000. We took that money, thinking they'll use some 3 months to clear the rest. GFA took over. We reminded them of this particular obligation. Till date.
So what? Since 2014, you say?
14.
So this is a 10-year gap, if you like, 10 years.
So now, if it's your investment, I'm a bank, if it's an investment, and someone is owing for 1.2 million Ghana cedis for 10 years, what will you do? Are you going to just take the money and say the person should go?
Of course, there should be interest for the duration.
Demand interest on that particular sum.
Have you reached out to the Ghana FA concerning this?
We've done several letters, and we've actually gone to several meetings and we discussed it. Apart from that, last year, we were in agreement with them, development levy, for the training of our referees. Do the collection. You say you can't do the collection unless we agree that when they do the collection, they will take 50% of it. We agreed. We've taken the money from August last year season till now. That amount has not been given to Referees Association of Ghana. Why?
Wow, this is...
I personally, the last I went there, on 20th December, I was at the FA.
20th December 2024?
Yes, I was at the FA. I met the General Secretary. Why won't you give us the money? We are saying there's no money. If you don't have, give us even only 100,000 to enable us to go and pay lands commission. We are supposed to pay to enable us obtain some documents because a company wants to help us with our 15-acre land at Kaswa. They want to. We've written for them to help us with the construction of an astroturf and an over. It's been approved. But we need this thing.
And you're going to use that facility to help train referees?
We need it. So that if we get it, it's for Ghana. It's not for us. It's not going to be for George Seja and the executive. It's for Ghana. Today's referees and those who will be coming tomorrow. That is precisely what we are doing. A very good investment. And we are not doing with the help of anybody. We are saying CSR. Corporate social responsibility. We'll plead with 1 or 2 companies to see how to help us. Fortunately, we've got some positive distance from some companies who have agreed. But they say, ensure this thing is perfected. The land title, everything is done, but there is a particular payment with it, 75,000. Let's have this money. Your owing is close to about 1.5 million. Why won't you give us the money? Why are we begging? Meanwhile, as we said right now, the current referees who are going to officiate matches, and I'm surprised.
The Ghana Premier League returns this weekend. I
am telling you that the referees will be trying from Accra here to Tamale and back. They will be paying, the transport is 600 Ghana cedis.
That's one way, 600 cedis in and out, okay.
600 Ghana cedis. Now, if they are to sleep in a hotel, the standard hotel, I'm not saying executive luxury, luxurious hotel rooms, standard should be at least 500 Ghana cedis. If it's for 2 nights, 1,000. Add it to the 600, 1,600. The person is supposed to eat. If he's supposed to eat in 2 days, he's taking 300, he eats about 300 Ghana cedis for the 2 days. If you add it, almost 2,000 Ghana cedis. How much are they paying the referees? 1,100
per game.
Per game. Meanwhile, the person has gone and he's coming back. He spent 2,000 Ghana cedis. That 900 cedis, where is he going to get it from? Meanwhile, you tell us that one of the ESCO members spoke somewhere. They said the referees agreed. They agreed with the referees that every 5 games, then they will pay the money. With whom did you agree? That referee you spoke to, is it an individual? Can you give us the names? No.
So clearly, that conversation was not had with the Referees Association of Ghana.
We never had anything.
So it's not an official arrangement?
It's not an official arrangement. It's a personal arrangement somewhere. If the person says they would agree that keep their money, when you pay, you can keep their money. After all, you're not a bank. If they want to keep these monies, let them go open bank accounts and put their monies within the bank and save. Those who want to save can save. As we talk, the few people that you met and discussed, the majority are angry. They aren't happy about that particular statement. But they can't talk because when they talk, they fear victimization.
So are you saying that victimization exists? Even referees, we've heard from club officials who have alleged, from a refereeing perspective, are you saying that this happens?
Some of our members have been victimized and we are very sure because I'm the national chairman. I've received a lot of complaints from my colleagues. A lot.
Have you confronted the GFA over this?
I spoke to the General Secretary about this. He's a scribe for that particular. I've spoken to him about that several times. Some will say, oh, I spoke to the person says this. And you realize that they still come back, you go to the end and say, I am telling you what I'm saying is true.
But is it on record? Do you have it in a letter or anything that you can provide evidence of that? Yes, you spoke with the GFA.
I am telling you we spoke because in the letter we've written. The General Secretary has everything. We have everything. Because of all these, we have issues. And we realize that communication between the two associations is taking a nosedive. We want a third party to rescue it. Where we are getting to is on dangerous grounds.
And which third party is that?
Is to the Ministry of Youth and Sport.
The Ministry.
The Honorable Kotey Adams who has just come. For us, we are waiting for any other medicine to come. We submitted our petition to them, giving a copy to the Speaker of Parliament and giving a copy to the seat of government. They have it. They should look at it. So tomorrow, if we don't hear anything positive from that angle, there are so many options on the table.
I see, that's loaded. So for you as the Referees Association of Ghana, that is what you want the minister to do for you. Step in and try and...
Let's have a meeting with GFA. They are on the other side, we're also on the other side. Be the arbiter. Let's see how we iron out these issues. We'll bring them out one after the other. When we clear everything, then they will know clear, we're all at par. Everything's okay. There's no respect. And because they treat us badly over there, some of the RFA chairmen do not respect Referee Association of Ghana.
You see,
I know what I'm talking about.
That's not good for Ghana football.
And that is one of the reasons why we are not seeing things clearly. Because you cannot tell us that you are actually doing football and the referees are grumbling and are not feeling comfortable. It's not good. In management, you can only have a very good team when they are happy and they are working. But if
that's
you
true.
do not, and they aren't happy, I tell you, you know what they can do. They'll mess you up. Your goals will never be met. Your KPIs you've set, you will never get there, and that is what is happening. So if you are telling me some of the clubs are complaining that the referees are not performing well, etc., these are some of the issues. Some of them travel, they don't sleep in hotels because they don't have the money to pay for hotels. They travel like from here to Tamale. I'll leave Friday, maybe Saturday evening. I go to Tamale in the morning at 7 o'clock. I go to sleep in the hotel at the stadium. 3 o'clock I'm to officiate. Then I'm back to Accra because I don't have any place to sleep.
SportyFM.
And with that, inquire from people who are fitness instructors. You cannot do anything meaningful if you do not have enough rest, at least 24 hours to the game. I've been a FIFA referee for so many years, so I understand what I'm talking about.
Wow, this is quite intense.
I know what I'm talking about.
So in conclusion, you mentioned something. I just want us to end on that note. You want the sports minister, one of the things you want him to do is to come in and try and rectify this relationship with the GFA that you believe is broken and is not functioning well.
It's not functioning. It's torn into shreds. We were managing it when they took over. I was one who assured the management of GFA that, look, we will not criticize you. Let's see how we'll manage and carry this in through. But these are the issues you have, the baggage that we carry, your organization carried from the normalization to this level. It was agreed, and everything was okay. You will not believe it. Even the badges they gave to the referees, they never even invited referee association of Ghana.
Oh, is that really?
We heard it through the media. And how will you be? Will you be happy?
Of course not.
That is precisely what is happening. So it tells you communication is broken down.
Thank you so much, Mr. George Seja.
Anything sports, SportyFM Gotcha, the voice of sport.
So that was my conversation with Mr. Referee George Seja. It's about 13, 14 minutes. Mr. Alex Kotey is here, manager. He's the referees manager at the Ghana FA. Mr. Alex Kotey, thank you so much. That was a bit of, that was a bit of a long interview, but of course it highlighted a number of things. So I guess we'll take the issues one after the other. I think let's begin with the state of refereeing. A few weeks ago, we had a member of the association, the Football Association, Mr. Samuel Enimado, complain bitterly about some referees and their performance. Then you had Accra Lions also complain bitterly that they were very unsatisfied with the performance of a referee who handled one of their games. There was footage or a video from the said game, and they highlighted the decisions they felt the referee got wrong. What are your own impressions of the state of refereeing, and why are we having some of these challenges at the highest level, which is the Ghana Premier League? These challenges have led to people making complaints out in public on interviews, and they are very unhappy with what they are seeing.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much again, Nathan. I think that from George Seja's comments that was made or that he made, he started with the situation of or the relationship between the FA and then the RAG.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a paid up member of RAG.
Okay.
I pay my dues, my registrations every year.
Okay.
So now FIFA gave these documents, and
what's the title of
the document? The title is Regulations on the Organization of Refereeing in FIFA Member Associations.
Okay. Regulations
on the organization of refereeing in FIFA Member Association. Now, these documents came into force in 2010.
Okay. About 15 years ago.
Yes, and FIFA asked that all member associations within 5 years should roll on and implement these documents.
Okay.
The document was very clear. FIFA knows or says that all referees must be under the Football Association.
They must be under the Football Association.
Okay. I'm still a member of RAG. I've been an executive member of RAG. I've been a referee myself. Now, like he said, years ago, it was the RAG that would meet and select referees for Premier Division 1, and then the women, and then it's sent to the FA, and then the FA use these referees to officiate in their games. Then in 2010, FIFA said that practice must stop.
Okay.
It is not the FA. So it says that all referees must come under the member association.
Did FIFA give a reason why this new direction was important?
I'll tell you why. Nathan, and like I said, I've been a member of the ESCO of the RAG before, and I know a lot of things that goes on there. Favoritism, chronism, relationships. And you see, so years back, this is how referees or people come into refereeing. You are my friend, I bring you. You are my relation, I just bring you. Charlie, come into refereeing, and then you come. So when you come into refereeing through this means, and I happen to be at the top, I am obliged to as it were, support you and to give you some favors, which for me was not right. I believe that everybody came into refereeing through whatever means you are there, but then everybody wants to aspire to get to the top. So if we do the list, or we look at favoritism, friendship, relations, and all that, it is not good for the association.
Okay.
And so for me, I think that it is something that FIFA probably got to know, and so felt that, look, let's bring all these people under the umbrella of the FA. So this document was passed. And it was on the basis of this document. In fact, the document gives out a lot of regulations that every member association must actually make sure that they undertake. The technical department. And so if you remember, during his time, created the technical department and made Utiakenting as the technical director. It was because of this document. Okay. Because if you don't implement this document, you will not be able to access funding from FIFA. That is the preamble. You understand? Because FIFA funds the organizations, like the member associations.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So if FIFA is funding you and it tells you that if you want me to give you money, implement this document, what do you have to do? You have to do it. You understand? And so FIFA said that I'm giving every member association 5 years. Roll on to this document so that we see how it works. So that was the beginning of this document coming into force. Then in 2020, that is 10 years after, now they said that, look, now it is compulsory. Every member association must now, as long as you are coming under me, and that was when FIFA introduced the FIFA Forward program. You understand? The FIFA Forward program is a program that funds organizations. Of course, they fund the member associations and their functions and that sort of thing. So before you apply for the FIFA Forward, you must ensure that all these things that FIFA have said, you are practicing. So when the normalization came into force, this document was on their table. And so they started implementing part of it. Then they went into elections and Kotey came into office. When Kotey came into office, he went to FIFA and told FIFA that, yes, I have seen this document. However, I also want to do some modifications. And FIFA will allow you, provided you explain to them why you want to do that. And one of the things that Kotey said was that, look, hitherto, it was an association that was doing the list for me, and I was working with the list, and I think that from this document, it is very clear that must not be done. But I don't want to give the sole power to one particular person to do it. And so I am going to create structures in my refereeing department. Of course, I will still have my referees committee, I'll have my head of department, but I'll create other structures so that I can have different people playing different roles. You understand?
Yeah.
So the administration created the classification and appointment, which is chaired by Fred Achampo, an ESCO member.
Okay, the classification.
The classification and appointment. Okay, so the classification is just a structure or just a committee that at the end of the season, they sit and they rank referees based on match commissioner's report, based on performance, based on some comments they have heard from journalists and others. So they rank the referees. Then on the basis of that, they will say that, oh, okay, because of this and that and that and that, we think this should be number 1, this should be number 2, in that order.
Who are the people on that committee?
Okay, so that committee has Mr. Fred Achampong as the chairman, has Justice Yeboah, if you know Justice Yeboah, a seasoned referee as a member, and Emmanuel Aglago, also a referee, a former referee.
Okay. So
currently, he's a FIFA instructor, CAF assessor, and all that. So these are the 3 members.
So you have 2. You have a 3-member committee.
Committee, perfect.
2 of which are referees.
Yes, you are, of course, and of course we all know the experience that Fred Achi has talked over the years. He has been in the football administration for a very long time. So of course he also knows or sees good referees anytime he sees them.
But just to stay on that, this is not to, slight anybody. But I would imagine that a committee that ranks and assesses ranks and appoints. You said ranking and appointment.
Okay.
I would imagine that such a very sensitive committee would all be made up of referees of varying levels of experience and of different skills. So you've mentioned Aglago, Yeboah, 2 seasoned referees. For example, if you are on that committee, I would not have any, because there are 3 referees worked across different times and all of that. I'm just curious that there is a football administrator there, but that's just my...
Nathan, you see...
But I hope you get what I mean.
Yeah, I understand it perfectly. You know where we're coming from. That brought in the normalization. And so for me, I think that in the mind of the president, he felt that, look, let me get a neutral person who would, in a way, try to when I say stabilize things, you understand? And so if he's there and also representing the ESCO, you understand? I think that for me, there wasn't anything.
Okay.
Of course, they could all be former referees, and I don't have any qualms about that. Yes. But because of where we're coming from, you understand?
Let's
so there was the need, for us to veer a little bit and then make sure that things, stabilizes and everything goes on well. So we have the classification appointment, we have the match review panel. This is also made up of Dr. Francis Yabebediakun from Cape Coast, Mr. Paul Ayamba, and then the first committee had one former FIFA referee, Innocentia Agbavitor, who is no more on it. And so Justice Yeboah has been brought into that committee now. That's the match.
We'll get to the match review when we talk about refereeing performance
and stuff like that. Then under that same committee or that same structure, he created the technical team, and the technical team was a team of 3 instructors, referees. The late Atifu was on, Seydou Bominson was on, and then Christine Ziga was also on. So these were 3.
The experienced referee handled some of the toughest Asante Kotoko versus Hearts of Oak matches.
And so these were the technical team.
Yes.
Then
what was their role?
Okay, and so their foremost role was for training and development. Okay. So for instance, if we are going to have a course for Premier League referees, these are the instructors who have to be there to ensure that everything is done. Then we have the fitness team as well, made up of Antonio Pai, Dr. Antonio Pai, fitness, Augustina Fuga, and then Vivian Agon.
Okay.
All referees. You see, so you realize that for these areas you need technical people.
I see.
And so he made sure that he actually assembled the technical people to manage those areas.
Wonderful. But how does all of this answer the question or the comment or respond to what Mr. Seja was saying, that RAG has been cut out of this process?
Okay, and so all that I'm saying is that if you look at all these structures, like apart from the classification and the match review, all the other areas are made up of former referees. They are former referees.
But it doesn't mean that it is the association that is the RAG. You get what I mean? They are former referees, agreed.
And that is what Seja is getting wrong. He's getting it wrong. You understand? I've heard him say on other stations that years back, there's a representation from the RAG onto the referees committee. It is wrong. It has never happened before. I have served on that committee before during Quincy Nyanteche. I was in the house when I got a call that I have a letter at the FA. I went and picked the letter, and it was an appointment. Quincy did not appoint me because I was an executive committee member of RAG. He appointed me because I was a former referee. That is it. And so the FA does not, I want to say, does not need to inform the RAG that give me people to come and serve on the committee. No.
But the Referees Association of Ghana, as we've all established, it's an important part of doing football, not so.
Nathan, I have explained to you from this document that FIFA says that years back, that was what was happening. There is a change. And so RAG, and for that matter, Judge Seja, must embrace that change. Look, I have had opportunity to talk to them one-on-one. When I was employed or when I was engaged, the first thing I did was to send them copies of these documents. You understand? Was to send them copies of this document. And I told Seja and the former RAG chairman that, look, this is what has come. This is what I have on my table. This is what I am going to work with. You understand? So let's sit down and talk. Let's reposition RAG in another way so that we will still be relevant.
I see.
You understand? And so I met them and I told them that, look, there are a lot of things. For now, the RAG is to play a welfare role. You understand?
When that welfare, when you say RAG has to play
to take care of its members, funerals, blah 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 blah, and that sort of thing. You understand? Because FIFA says that when it comes to recruitment, training, development, promotion, and demotion, it must be the sole responsibility of the member association, not the RAG.
But don't you think that RAG still has to appear somehow in the equation?
To do what?
Referees Association.
To do what?
Okay.
If you say that and FIFA gets to know about that, it means that your money will not come. FIFA will not give you money to run.
I see. Raymond Yamado is here. He's my co-host. Michael Asaribird is also joining us on the Zoom. He's following. Michael, if you have any questions, okay, first Raymond and then Michael, if you have any questions.
These regulations you refer to, or these proposals that you refer to from FIFA, is it exclusive to only countries that receive the FIFA forward money?
Perfect. Yes.
Only Ghana.
Yes, it's here. It says that these regulations apply to all member associations. Member associations have exclusive competence, not granted to any other bodies. Okay. Not granted to any other bodies as the leagues, unions. And the association is a union. Okay. You understand? Or even government to develop and implement these regulations on the national level. And that is why I'm saying that on the national level, the RAG has no role to play.
So has RAG, Raymond quickly, has RAG been informed officially that because of FIFA's new processes, RAG cannot be part of this new arrangement?
That is why.
But the referees belong to that association, not so?
Yes, you belong to an association. You understand? I belong to an association. You understand? Like any other associations, you belong to them, you pay your dues, you pay your registrations, whatever. That is it. But then when it comes to appointment and retraining and that sort of thing, it is the responsibility exclusively for the FA. That is what the regulation says.
I'm asking that question because elsewhere, in other countries where their leagues, their football is still governed by FIFA, they have arrangements totally different from what pertains in Ghana. Arrangements where a separate entity, so case in point, I'll use the English Premier League.
The PGMOL.
Who have the Professional Game Match Officials Limited. So the PGMOL, they recruit referees, they train referees, the technical bit, everything about refereeing sits with them. Okay? And they appoint referees for matches for the FA or the Premier League board. Okay. How different is that from what we do here?
Okay.
Because it's the same. It's the same regulation they are supposed to apply.
Yes.
So is the FA now the the PGM well in quotes. Your
Okay,
FA.
so I'll tell you something. On the FIFA Forward, okay, it's a platform.
Okay.
You can't ask FIFA. They will give you access to that platform. I've had opportunity to access that platform. In the EPL or the EPL, they don't take FIFA funding.
Good.
They don't.
So
They don't.
It's
It's
because
they
of
don't.
poverty.
You see?
So
you
which
see?
means that
you see?
they can have their own arrangement.
They can have their own arrangement.
Okay.
So
Fair
FIFA is, and then that is why I say that this one is for member associations that receive funding from FIFA.
I see. Okay.
You understand? Look. In 2009 and 2010, I was in the UK to understudy. In fact, I even went to their training. I was trained by them as an instructor and all that sort of thing. And so I had opportunity to interact with them and find out what they are doing because I wanted to introduce this young referee because for them they have a very good structure. I tell you, they start engaging referees right from crèche, nursery and stuff like that. So by the time you get to 15, 16, 17 years, if you have the passion to go into referee, quickly you just shift into it whilst you still go on with your education. You understand? And so that idea was something I had always conceived and I wanted it to happen. And so the moment I came into that, into this position, I told the president that, look, for me, I think that the best way for us to start our recruitment is through the schools.
Okay.
You understand? And so I quickly introduced the Catch Them Young.
I see.
Through, and so the president said that for this project, it must solely be under the FE. You understand? So I was doing it with members from the various regions. I appointed head of referees in every region. I made them. We train instructors, we train everything so that program would go on. Just because of the knowledge I had from the EPL and that sort of thing. And so their structure is different from what we are practicing here.
Okay, so this brings me to this point. FIFA is not an organization that has everything cast in stone.
Perfect.
Is it not possible for the FA to now sit back and say, well, we've run this model, we are having challenges. Clubs do not have confidence in our system where we have to appoint the referees. So we want RAG, which is the parent body of referees, to now want to structure it properly, to now deal with appointment of referees, training of referees, all the other necessary things. We want to give that power to RAG, make sure all the integrity issues are sorted out so that RAG now becomes the body that gives us referees. Would FIFA oppose?
Okay, so FIFA would not oppose. FIFA will only tell you that, okay, it means that you are going outside of these documents, you will not get funding. Go and look for your own money and run your organization. Finish. Period. FIFA will not fight you. He will not fight you at all. Look, I told Seja, and I told the former chairman of the RAG, that's Jolo Debrada, look, we need to sit down, let us reposition by dialoguing with the FA. Let's sit down with them and let's dialogue with them and make sure that we make RAG relevant in the current dispensation that we are. You understand? Oh, it's like, no, we are one minute. I said, fine, go ahead. Because the FA does not get one kobo from the government. Government doesn't give the FA anything to run football.
FA is a private.
Exactly. And so the one who will give you money says that these are my regulations. You abide by the regulations or you go out.
So
finish.
What if the RAG decides that, okay, every referee that is under me should not officiate any GFA match?
Ghana Premier League games. How will games
be
we will officiate games. We will officiate games.
Are you saying that without RAG,
look,
the FA can organize matches and
of course, yes, there will be referees. Matches will be matches. Matches will. You see, that is where we are getting it wrong. You understand? Okay, so which association can I use? Like the bar.
Okay, the GPL.
Okay.
The Ghana Bar Association.
Okay, like the Ghana Bar Association. If you are.
You can decide not to be a member of the bar.
You can still
and
do
still
your
practice
law
your law.
practice.
And still practice your law.
Right.
You know, something like that. And so it is not cut and stone that every member must belong to the association. Okay. It is a choice. I can decide that today I will not belong to the association, and the association cannot hold me for anything. And that is why I said that I am not in the FA because of the RAG. All the other committee members who are former referees are not on that committee because of RAG. They are on those committees because of their personal maybe experience and the working ethics that they went through as a referee. You understand? And that is what happens. You see? And so this issue of we are not like this, well, I said, look, let's sit down. What can the RAG do? Last year or so, look, they said they were going to conduct an exams. You remember he spoke about that exam.
Yes, I spoke about the exam.
Now, when we were coming to refereeing, the exams we were doing or that we undertook was multiple choice. So ABCD. You understand? Mm-hmm. Even that style or even that model, FIFA and CAF have stopped. So I said that, look, if we want our referees to have the practical knowledge of the laws of the game, we must rather go into written exams where we give them a question and they write the answers. So, for instance, you should be able to ask a referee to define offside. And the referee should be able to tell you that a player is in an offside position when he's nearer to the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. This is practical. But if you set the questions and you give the person possible answers, he will just take. Have you impacted anything into that person? Okay. No. You understand? And so we changed that style of that multiple choice. And I said, no way. You understand? Mm-hmm. And that was what brought up, when they went to do their exams, they went back again to the same multiple choice exams. And we conduct exams for referees free of charge. They don't pay anything. They conducted for exams for referees, and they took 80 cedis and 60 cedis from referees. Meanwhile, you are claiming that the allowance we give to referees is meager. You, the same person, the 1,000 cedis that he spoke about, you are the same person demanding tax from that 1,000 cedis. Are you fair?
Which tax is this?
So, which tax is this? If you look again in this same document, FIFA frowns on those taxes. And I've told them. And so when
which
they
tax,
came...
Which tax? Is it
match tax.
Match tax.
Max tax. I paid. When I was a referee, I was paying 20% out of my remuneration. Whatever comes to me after every match, I give the RAG 20%.
20%.
20%.
This was part of the RAG rules. Structures,
yes.
I see.
When I go and officiate in an international match, I pay to RAG $50.
$50?
$50. It is a structure. FIFA is saying it is wrong. FIFA said that. It is wrong. Later. You don't need to take any tax apart from the government-approved tax. And so you just let them learn on that. Okay, and so when we came into office, I brought all these issues to the RAC, and I told them that, let's change the way we do things. Let's sit down with the FA and tell them that we want to, instead of the tax, let's do it development levy. Why development levy? Because we want to develop referees. So let's come to some agreement with the FA and see if the FA can give us part of this development levy for us to undertake other programs that we, the RAG, will run. They said, no way. And so when they went to the FA said, okay, it's either you go and collect those taxes from the referees directly, because FIFA said that no third party should receive money on behalf of a referee. Okay. So your remuneration or your indemnity, as FIFA would term it, must be paid directly to you. You understand? So the FA said, okay, if you are not in agreement, go to the referees who you claim are your members and collect those taxes from them. You understand? Because it's going to be difficult.
Okay.
After the person has gone out and you are saying that the money is taken is very, very mega. Now you are the same person going there to tell them that give me. So the FA said that, okay, look, we will do a deduction from source, 50%. We'll give you 50% to do your rag, whatever. We'll also take 50%. And this 50% that we will take, we will distribute to all the regional football association to help them in the development of the Catch Them Young project. Because everything we were doing for this Catch Them Young was free. You understand? And so we needed to support the RFAs to undertake this thing. We give them free uniforms, we give them free whistles, we give them everything free.
FIFA is paying for it.
It's not FIFA.
FIFA forward money is paying for all of it.
And so you need to put up a project, you understand, for referee development and send to FIFA for an approval. If FIFA says that I'm not going to approve because it is not part of your project, you don't have anything to say. So you have to go and look money from somewhere else to actually do it. You understand? And so this was what was done. The RAG said that they were not going to accept the 50%. Then the FA said that go to the referees and collect the money from them.
Okay. Still listening to the Sporty Breakfast live on 106.1 FM. We are here with Mr. Alex Kotey, referees manager at the Ghana Football Association, responding to, of course, the interview I had with the Referee Association of Ghana, their chairman, Mr. George Seja. Raymond Yamado is here. Michael Asai-Bredu is on. We have about we'll extend a little. So producers, please pardon us. We need to. Okay, they'll give us a 5-minute extension. 5-minute extension. Yeah, all right.
Questions.
Sorry?
I have just 2 questions.
Yeah, but we are.
Two simple questions.
2 simple. Is it okay? Let's move on and talk about performance. Is the question on performance?
Okay.
No, I don't. He's on the money, so I want to finish the money.
Which one? Is it the fact that they are old?
Not even the old.
Yeah.
Why are referees not paid before matches?
Okay, so even in FIFA and CAF, you are not paid before a match.
Why?
Okay, so why I just don't know, because you see, years back, you go to a match, and right after the technical meeting, the clubs or the country where you are would give you your indemnity.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that over the years, FIFA saw that there were some few challenges. Now you put your, in fact, and referees have complained severally that because of that practice, it's like the clubs or the country where they are takes that as an opportunity for favors from the referee. You understand what I'm saying? Because here is the thing, I'm coming to pay you. So the moment I pay you, it is like you must reciprocate. You understand? So FIFA said no. Then FIFA also brought in the issue of paying people through the bank. You understand?
Yeah.
And so you only go under the match and then you'll be paid through the bank. So that is the practice. And that is, for me, I think it was the best, because those times when you get there and your money is given, you use the money frivolously. I mean, you buy things that you think that they are not.
But are you not certain the referees have to be corrupted?
When you don't pay them
before they go to match.
Okay, so
before they leave.
So in the international circle, it is different.
Okay, so let's do what pertains to us. So Seja says he needs 2,000 cedis.
Michael Asai-Bredu,
he needs 2,000 cedis to go and officiate a match.
It is not true.
Oh no, let's assume.
Okay,
let's assume. Yes,
it is not true.
So he needs 2,000 cedis to go officiate a match. To have good food,
but I don't think
good
so.
hotel,
It's just
and
an
take care of
amount.
himself.
Yeah.
Just an amount.
Okay, so
Now he doesn't have this money. He goes to the match venue. Are you not leaving him at the mercy of that club official to say, okay, let me put you in this 5-star hotel. Let me give you this for food. Let me give you this for food. It brings us back to what FIFA was trying to avoid.
I agree with you.
Not so?
I agree with you. And so it has always been my position that if we can't advance the referees, their transport, accommodation, and feeding before they go for matches. Because in international, if I'm going for a match outside, I have to pay for the accommodation. I have to pay for the feeding. I have to pay for the transport. I have to pay for the accommodation. And feeding before they go for matches. Because in international, if I'm going for a match outside, I have to pay for the accommodation. I have to pay for the feeding. I have to pay for the transport. I have to pay for the accommodation. And feeding before they go for matches. Because in international, if I'm going for a match outside, my ticket is sent to me. When I get to the airport, I'm sent to a hotel, which I don't pay. I am fed, which I also don't pay. And so these three components, which is also part of the allowance, is it possible for us to take them out and then advance it to the referees before they even go for a match? Now, then we started having the discussions on that. There have been instances where you appoint a referee, like today, Thursday, or yesterday, Wednesday, the appointment goes out. Everything is okay. He has to travel, let's say, on a Saturday, the match is on Sunday, and that sort of thing. The Saturday evening, he calls you, I have a problem, I cannot go for the match. Meanwhile, you have advanced the money already to this person. So,
but these situations will happen.
I mean, they are not all the time. Once in a while, you get this. You see, and so we also look at all this. The second issue too is that the money is not sitting down where you can say that, let me use it.
So you don't have money.
That is the fact.
So you don't have money.
No. We are not telling the referees that we don't have money. Okay. What is the issue now is that, look, like I said, even if FIFA is going to give you money, he will not give you all the money at a go. You understand? You would have to prepare a project. We have something we call the FIFA Forward project. So you prepare a project. FIFA would advance you the money for a certain period. He will not give you everything.
Okay.
You understand? He will give you part of the money, and he will monitor the usage. After a while, when he realizes that the money is exhausted, then he will advance you again. You see, so you don't have the money sitting down for you to do all these things. But please,
okay.
and don't also forget.
We need to hear from
Don't also forget that in the FA, it is not only about refereeing. There are other things.
No, but Nathan,
there are other things.
If the FA is organizing a league, it is not the responsibility of FIFA to pay the referees who officiate in that league.
Because the responsibility of the
So the project is a standalone. Finding money to pay the referees
must come from sponsors. It must come from the sponsorship. And the sponsors are not coming.
So the FA the
sponsors are not coming
to take care of referees that are officiating her product.
All right. Michael Asari-Bredu.
The sponsors are not coming. What do you do?
Quickly, we don't have too much time. I'm sure. Let's ask your question. I don't know if it's on performance. I don't know, but please go ahead with your question.
I think when Mr. Kotey was speaking earlier, he mentioned that there needed to be an ESCO representation on the classification and appointments committee, and he mentioned Frederick Etampon. I want to ask this. Is it not setting up that whole committee for being entangled in a conflict of interest conversation, sort of? Because if I am a referee and I know an ESCO member who perhaps works for a certain club or is an official of a certain club appoints me to go officiate a game that club will be involved in, does it not kind of affect how I go about my duties? So I want to understand, what is the essence of having an ESCO representation on that classification and appointment committee? And do you think it is paying off?
Okay, so like I tried to explain, we are coming from somewhere. And for us to have some level of integrity, and that is why I said that. Now, the classification and appointment, they don't appoint referees to go and officiate matches. It is the referees committee that appoint the referees. So this panel, they only come and prepare the list of officials who must officiate in the Premier League, in the Division 1, and in the Women's League. After they are finished with their work, of course, when they are doing these classifications, the referees committee is also part of them, because the referees committee appoints the referees. And so over the years, they are also able to get some reportage from club venues and all that sort of thing. So they also know how referees have performed over the years, or in that season. And so when the classification committee comes and they are going through the preparation of the list, the referees committee are also part of them, and they also make input. You understand? They make input to the whole selection process. You understand? Now, after this selection has been done, then it goes to, because the list has to go to ESCO, there must be somebody from the ESCO who is going to present that list to the ESCO. Like in FIFA takes Kolilina, who is not who is an ex-official member of the ESCO. You understand? So anytime they have issues on refereeing, they invite him to come and talk to them. You understand? Maybe we can look at that structure and see if it's possible for us to do that.
Before you proceed, you mentioned referee Colina. He's an ex-official member, so he wasn't a voted-for member on the ESCO.
Yes,
FIFA.
I agree. Yeah.
Now here lies the case: you have a voted-for ESCO member who is an official of a club and does not have any refereeing experience. You task him to be part of those who will classify referees who will be in the Premier League and the Division 1 League. Don't you think it somehow convinces some of these referees to play into the good books of some of these officials or ESCO members so that eventually they can place higher in terms of classification? Because I know there are differences in terms of the financial remuneration. If you officiate in the Premier League, you are getting higher. If you are in the Division 1 League, you are getting higher. Don't you think it somehow, quote unquote, for want of a better word, corrupts the decision making and the integrity of these referees?
I will not wholly agree on that. I will not wholly agree on that. You see, despite that Fred Achi is serving on that committee, if let's take for instance, he appoints me, or I'm selected on the Premier League, I have my integrity to protect. I am not going on that list to go and protect Fred Achi. You understand what I'm saying? And so you as a person, as a referee, you must also look at your integrity. Now, Fred Achi does not have a club in either Premier or even in the Division 1. So the conflict of interest would also not come there that much. Unless maybe in future we realize that he has a club that is playing in the Division 1. Then we can say that no. So in this instance, once your club has moved to the Division 1 or to the Premier, there will be conflict of interest. So let's put you aside. You understand? But for me, we always talk to referees about integrity. Even if the president says that you come on the list, you also have your integrity to protect.
Okay.
That is it.
Mr. Alex Kotey, talking about integrity, as we wrap up the interview, maybe we should have done this earlier, but
yeah, sure.
The interview, sure. I mean, Mr. Sage's interview was important. Referees' performance. Accra Lions have complained. Samir Nimado of Young Apostles has complained bitterly about referees and their performance. Just quickly, what exactly is happening, and what is your office doing to ensure that officiating levels or standards are increased so that the overall reputation of the Ghana Premier League is safe? Because for a lot of people, they are very unhappy with what they see from the referee. So what will you do to improve the standard of refereeing so that people will go and watch matches? Okay, so
the first thing that we started doing is to review some clips with the referees after match days. Okay, so I hear of, let's say, a wrong decision complaint by a club official or by some journalist. So quickly I have to go to the FA, the media department, and make sure that I get the clip, because I will not act on whatever I've heard. I will only act on what I see. You understand? So when I get the clip, I try to look at the decision, and so I'll put it on their platform. If it's a Premier League match, I'll put it on the Premier League referees platform, and we all discuss it for corrections, so that the referee would improve in the next time when such an incident happened. Okay, so this is something that we started doing. Now, when we started doing it, some of the referees felt that we were trying to I wouldn't say sabotage, but we are trying to pick them on. You understand? So the clubs would call in and say, oh, why are you discussing this video of my club? Why are you discussing this and that sort of thing? So the general secretary said that, well, let's stop it. So now what we're going to do is that, the first round just ended.
Yeah.
So we are going to have a complete review of everything. And we are not picking match by match, but then we will let everybody see that these were some of the things, why this decision happened, what can we do to improve on this thing. And that was the motive behind me trying to, put them on their toes week after week, which I think that was much better than for us to wait for a 17-week match period before you come and review everything. You understand?
Okay.
But then it came with some few issues here and there, and so we are going to start. We're going to do that. But then, I have called for the video on Dreams Accra Lions.
Yes.
Now the match panel, the match review panel.
I was going to ask you.
Met last Friday, and they also demanded for that video. Nathan, I've watched the whole 90 minutes of the match, and seriously, I did not see any wrongdoings by referee Maxwell Hansen. Now, listen. There were three.
Have you seen the video that Accra Lions shared? They believe. Okay, you make it.
Maybe I haven't seen that one.
Maybe you should see the video.
So there were 3 offside decisions that the assistant referee Gabriel Barton flagged, which for me, in my opinion, was not offside. But then I have to look at. Okay, so in referee we have something we call the attacking phase. What would happen after that? Assuming there was no offside, could it result into a goal? If the answer is no, it means that decision does not have any impact. You understand? So I looked at all those things. So I look at Maxwell Hansen as a referee, and I look at the assistant referees, because it is the role or the function of the assistant referee is to indicate when the player is in an offside position. It is not the referee. So if an assistant referee flags a player for offside, you, the referee, you cannot overrule it unless there's a VAR.
I see.
You understand? You see, and so these were some of the instances that happened in the game. I still want to go through that video again over and over and over, because it is one of the videos that I want to put up there for my referees to also go through and see if they can also see something that I have not seen. You understand? So well, I don't know.
Okay, you're saying you are reviewing that. When you do so, I'm sure.
We are starting from today.
Do you have plans of speaking to Mr. Sami Enimado to also, because he allegedly pointed fingers at Mr. Maxwell Hansen and said that Mr. Maxwell Hansen has a track record. So do you have plans of speaking to the two parties?
Okay, I think
to
that
try and establish
I think that the ethics or the integrity department or the disciplinary committee of the FA has picked up that matter.
Okay.
So I don't see why I have to interact with them, because this is purely a judicial issue. Okay, so let's see what comes out from that. Then maybe afterwards, if a decision is made, we can all come back again and peruse it and then go through it and see whatever actually happened. But for me, I've looked at the video and seriously speaking, I did not see any decision that Maxwell took that was wrong.
Just in a minute, what should fans expect in the second round of the Ghana Premier League in terms of officiating?
Well, I think that is going to be tougher. So we have told our referees to get ready. As a result of that, we have put in a program to try and upgrade them and do some few things. And so, as I just said, from today we are starting a whole review of their first round matches. We're going to do some video presentations to them and correct them and make sure that they move into the second round, which though have started already, they actually get into it a little bit more, better and ready for. And then we'll also conduct the rewritten test again, and we have told them that anybody who fails will not officiate in the second round. Then after that, we will do the fitness test.
Okay.
You understand? So this is a program that we have lined up to put them on their toes. To the fans, I think that the laws of the game has changed. There is a whole lot of changes in the laws of the game. Handball, everybody thinks that the moment the ball hits your hand is a foul. It is wrong. The law says that not all handballs are fouls. It is there. So for a handball to be a foul, there are elements, there are considerations that the referee must undertake. I looked at there was a video that was in circulation or something that I saw, and when I saw the video, the player was standing, kicked, and then he went down. Why did you go down? He went down to block the ball. In this case, it is a deliberate handball. Exactly. You understand? But assuming the player was standing and the ball comes direct into the hand, it is not a foul.
Okay.
You see, so these are some of the things. And so we would urge our fans, yes, we know they are very passionate, but let them also see the loss of the game as something that have changed. And to my colleagues, the journalists, please, let's go into the loss of the game and let's learn a little. You know, the loss of the game have changed. Seriously, it has changed.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Alex Kotey. I mean, maybe we need to bring you back. We need to bring you back. We'll have to. We need to bring you back.
So that we can have
an extensive chat and all of that.
Sure.
We couldn't touch on all the things. Well, I mean, if you are free next Thursday, my producers and I will deal with you on that. So you don't have to give me an answer on air. But that's how we end today's edition of the Sporty Breakfast live on Sporty 106.1 FM. Many thanks for you out there for listening. My name is Nathan Carr. Many thanks to Michael Asaribo, who joined us in Kumasi. Many thanks to Raymond Yamado, my wingman. Many thanks to the production team. Production team, forgive us. Why? We pardon us. It's some way. The time, some way. But we beg you. We will sort you out later. Thank you to our DJ Nana Kwame. And he will be on later. Well, I mean, the minister's vetting is on. So depending on when that ends, he'll be doing Sporty Plug. Thank you out there, our listeners. We really appreciate the time you take out to send messages. Keep your dials locked on Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, 102.5 in Takra, the 91.3 in Kumasi. The minister's vetting, Kofi Adams' vetting will be on at 11. We'll be giving you live coverage of that, and then we'll do a great analysis show post-vetting to take you through the responses and all. Many thanks to Mr. Alex Kotey once again, referees manager at the GFA, for coming through. We'll catch you tomorrow. Keep your dials locked on 106.1 FM, Sporty FM. We are the voice of sport. The minister's vetting is at 11. Tune in. We'll give you live coverage and a great analysis show after that. My name is Nathan Carl. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Anything sports, Sporty FM. This is Sporty FM, the voice of sport.